Appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys, for going over there and saying hello to this lovely young lady. Via Maestro is coming up next on Behind the Music series. Here's the song, a new single just out, 99th Floor. We'll be right back.
Via, you ready, Queen? Let's get it.
As long as you take me higher, I get higher, yeah. And you promise I won't drown, promise I won't drown. As long as you take me higher, I get higher, yeah. I will always hold you down. You will always be my 99th floor. Drop, pounding on the ground just to make your body rock. Thought I heard the sound when you make the kitty pop. Then I turn around just to see it was a bottle. Keep a real nigga, that's a motto. Heard you was a good leader, know that I will follow. And for me, baby, that's a hard pill to swallow, yeah. Swallow, say you want a good girl, say that for tomorrow. But tonight, we gonna pour up the Sprite, rollin' the sweet, oh yeah, I know what you like. Mellow the beat, I know I'm just your type. Just your right, just your flight. Match your fly, just your height. No need to compete, so tell Felicia goodbye. Oh, here we go again. And I wonder, should I stay, should I go again? I'm stressing out, should I pray, should I blow again? I'm drunk in love, got me swimming in the fifth of hand. Don't let me drown in need, I know you listening. So as long as you take me higher, I get higher, yeah. And you promise I won't drown, promise I won't drown. As long as you take me higher, I get higher, yeah. I will always hold you down. You will always be my
one. Let me play in pole position. I only want this queen for my optional decision. I see it's plenty women, but it really make a difference. Cause I'm loyal when I'm tipping. Only one gon' fit my interest. At attention, move around so permitted. Matter of fact, the topic just my only jurisdiction. This floor is so hard like the water out your kitchen. Just incorporate your face like the Spanish Inquisition. Your body is my land, I'ma claim independence. Here's a future vision, I'ma move in like a tenant. She peeping my attendance at the signals and I'm sending. I see a dance rhythm sister open for the interest. I think she's a version to a man handling the business. Man, I'm so determined, holy God is my witness, forgiveness. Cause my first thought is just sinful commitments. Kissing the lick and the climax collisions. I don't even think she had the description. Relaxing our tension, now that is the premise. You and I will have capital pension. If I throw shades at your man, cause it's in it.
So as long as you take me higher, I get higher, yeah. And you promise I won't drown, promise I won't drown. As long as you take me higher, I get higher, yeah. I will always hold you down. You will always be my 99th floor.
Welcome to the 99th floor.
99th.
Welcome to the 99th floor. Welcome to the 99th floor. My face say what up when the driver pull it up. I'm just a mama joy, really women going nuts. But checking if you driving, you ain't picking up speed. Try to switch gears, you gon' really end up off a clutch. But she not used to it like she throwing up. But you gotta spoil up, you ain't really had enough. She ain't never had this love, gotta treat her like above. This is how you buying blood, hit the button going up. Hop up on the elevator, hoping I can escalate her. Showed her how to breathe into the atmosphere, consolator. She just star. So just cherish her modulator when you concentrate at this. How you never see a hater avatar. I feel so confident that I can take that toxicator with this education like you read a book at the bar. I'm going in like an operator. I should save up for the optimators. We can build a future for the mob. By designs and honest lines, it takes up your time to show you mirrors of divine. She support my spine. You can never rate her down once it's 10 times. We can keep it 100 on the 99.
So as long as you take me higher, I get higher, yeah. And you promise I won't drown, promise I won't drown. As long as you take me higher, I get higher, yeah. I will always hold you down. You will always be my 99th floor. Drop the mic.
Via Maestro with 99 Floor on AVA Live Radio's Behind the Music. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the show.
Happy to be here. How you doing, Miss Jacqueline?
I am doing just great. I really am. Thank you so much. So I am just checking out your video right now. I'm looking through your social media pages. I'm listening to that great music. What is going on with you guys? Where'd you come from?
We are from Chicago, Illinois.
Southside.
Southside.
Love that. Chicago's awesome. We've got a lot of music community in Chicago, actually.
Yes.
Got a lot of brothers and sisters now there. What's the industry like there for you? Is there a lot of places for you guys to play? Do you do that there? Or what's going on?
It's a lot of places to play out here in Chicago. It's just the scene of it. The scene of it is like a battle itself. Because, like, the music that we try to bring is, like, overshadowed from all derogatory type of music, if that makes any sense. So they would want that, and that's the whole fight of Chicago, actually.
I've had this conversation before, actually. You know, a lot of the hip-hop artists have been complaining that it's hard to sell positive music where you guys are, and I can't. Very hard. Yeah, that kind of sucks, right? Because you want to you want to be a really good influence, and you want to, when it comes to social media, you don't have to be what the local scene might be demanding, you know?
Exactly, right. But, I mean, fortunately, because of us, it's like we have this new thing that's going on around all the derogatory thing, and everybody is picking up on it. And that's why we kind of keep, we still on the road to keep doing our thing, and we just begun.
I think with us, like, you have to stand out. Like, whatever you bring has to be dope, because since we are in such a competitive business, and being from Chicago where everybody is mostly, doing drill music, and so that's the type of music that, people listen to, you still have to bring such a nice flavor where it's attractive.
Right.
But you still want to promote a decent message where we don't have to, be out here doing the most. We can actually respect ourselves as men and women.
Right. It's kind of scientific. It's actually scientific.
I mean, I feel for you guys too. I read in the news all the time about the gun violence and everything going on, right where you guys are, and it's got to be a little bit scary even to perform out in venues, because you really don't know what's going to happen. How do you balance that? What are you doing to stay safe? Are you staying on the internet, or do you really go out and and get involved in this?
Well, I think we have to get involved. You have to get involved with the community, but it also, what I'm saying. The thing about Chicago is, and like what they're putting on the media, there's a lot of bad stuff going on. But, sometimes it's, just random gunfire or whatever the case is. But sometimes it's people also putting themselves in that position. We're putting ourselves in another position where, we're trying to stop the violence. We want to send out another message. This is not what we're about. This is what we're trying to stray from, and we're trying to get other young people to stray from it as well.
So, by saying that, you have to go out into those crowds, and show the people there how real you are.
Right. No fear.
Right.
No, exactly. That's so true. Right. No fear. And it's not just happening in Chicago, is it? I mean, it's all over the country. There's been stuff going on. It just so happens, we hear Chicago because July, and, it's just been kind of going on this summer. And then you had a lot of things going on in 2015. So maybe it's just the fact that, that it's really happening all over, and you guys have been talking a lot about what's been happening there. But I understand what you're saying, and you're in one of those industries too where your genre in particular, it has a lot of conflict. I find that with most of the genres in the music business, a lot of the musicians are able to come together. And then in some cases in hip hop and in what you guys are creating in, the space is very, very competitive. And I think that a lot of people locally line you guys up against each other, where you should be kind of creating events where you all support each other instead of, the competitions and the pay-to-play type of thing that they have going on. Do you experience that?
Yes, a lot. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I see that all the time.
Because in Atlanta, like you'll notice in Atlanta, like people in Atlanta, they support their artists. Like, you know, artists will support each other. Like, hey, come to my show, you can perform my show. And in Chicago, it is more competitive where I guess everybody wants to be the top dog. So, you know, if I ain't eating or if I'm eating, I really don't want everybody else to eat when I get all the food.
It's like this event that we have. We went to this event to perform, but they know we have good music, but they like, well, these people over here, they don't have, their music is not all that good, but this type of music don't bring a whole bunch of crowd, you know. So that's exactly how it works.
Yeah, the promoter.
Plays a lot, at least where we from. Like if we go to a show and, you know, there's other performers, they'll call other performers just because, you know, I'm friends with that person or whatever, not based on, you know, the crowd for the music or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah, I've heard that. I have. And we have, you know, we have quite a lot of artists in your area in Chicago that are doing really cool work and stuff that you probably would enjoy meeting. So I'll have to like line you guys up on Twitter or something so that maybe, you know, you can get together and do collaborations and work off the good stuff, you know, the good positive energy that AVA Live Radio tends to spin. So at least that will certainly help because, you know, even like, you know, right now I would say we have half a dozen artists that I can think of right off the top of the bat that just came on this summer that are looking to work with other artists in their area and looking to get that positive vibe going and also stand up for the community. So I'm pretty happy about that. So we could definitely get that rolling for you guys, you know?
Okay,
so what's now? Yeah, that would be cool. So what's going on now with this music? Because I really love the fact that you guys are working on it together. And do you write together?
No.
Everybody asks that, but no.
We come up with a concept.
Yeah.
I throw the concept to her. She throw the concept to me. We tell each other that this is how it goes. We go in two separate rooms, and we surprise each other in the studio.
Yeah.
I love it. That's too cool. That's pretty neat. Now, are you guys related? Are you related to each other?
No.
Not
family
for that.
Right. We family, but not blood related, no.
You're family. You certainly are family when you're working on music together. How long have you guys been doing this together? And do you have independent solo careers as well, or are you just doing this one?
We are together.
We've been together for a year.
Almost. Cool.
In I think October, maybe November.
Yeah, right. November it'll be a year.
Yeah, but the chemistry was like there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we do separate. It just when we came together, we couldn't resist what was going on between us two. So it happened so fast. We started creating so fast, and this chemistry just was just.
It was like meant to be. Like we did Chicago State of Mind, and then we did 99th Floor, and then he came to me like, hey, our cameraman at the time, who was now our manager, he's like, hey, you know, we were thinking that we should do an album, and I was like, oh. Okay, like, so, I mean, because it was so, like, those songs, we finished some songs in, like, 2 days, maybe.
Oh, my goodness. 2 days.
Yeah.
Now, how long did it take you to do the whole album?
6 months.
6 months.
That's pretty fast.
6 months. Was it 6 months? Yeah, we started in October. It was 6 months.
Yeah, it was 6 months. You're right. Wow.
He's like, wow.
Well, I never paid attention to that. No,
I'm just playing.
It's true. It's actually, I think that's pretty quick. You know, what have you guys got ahead of yourselves? What's next?
Oh, we got a lot. We are hosting a documentary soon, so that'll be coming up.
Let's talk about that. What's going on with the documentary? What's it about?
Mic check.
Yes, Mic check with ViaMiztro.
It's a documentary about artists hosted by artists. For artists, hosted by artists.
Right.
Nice. I love seeing stuff like
the documentary is something like basically you never seen before. It's actually going to be like going in more into depth to learn it, so fans could actually know about their artists, their favorite artists, more in depth. Like
than anybody else does.
Right.
It's pretty dope, and I know we'll get a lot of attention because we have a lot of local artists, not just for Chicago, but pretty much all over the country. So, yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot more other things too. A lot more other things.
That's really sweet, though. I love that. That's such a great idea. Now, who's going to film the documentary? Are you going to film it yourselves and edit it and do the whole piece?
Yeah, we're all
we up under
one house.
Exactly. We all up under LPI.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like an umbrella, and it's got different entities that's going on, and we just all a part of all that. We all a family, so we do like different things together, like talk shows, the music, the documentaries.
Yeah.
We'll be soon plugging with the network as far as Can TV on Channel 19 in Chicago, and I think that's beginning in September. And One Love, One House, it's like we just merging. We taking it. Our moves are real strategic in business, and so it's like we trying to do the octopus effect.
That's great. Where have you found that you've had the most levels of success in your business model? Do you guys feel like the commercial sales are there for you these days, or do you feel that it's somewhere else?
The commercial, you know what? I think the most successful thing that we done was coming together. Because since we came together, everything's been going up and haven't been going down.
Yeah,
right,
I mean,
that's
but everything
great.
we do is like I get what you're saying, Ava. With everything, like we've had success on our videos, just our songs. Like 99th Floor, I think within a week that hit like 10,000 on SoundCloud. Like ViaMiztro Effect. I'm sorry, not ViaMiztro Effect.
ViaMiztro.
Yeah, Via versus Maestro. That did like I want to say like six. That did some 6,000, 7,000.
Like within days.
So pretty much everything we touch. I'm not being cocky. Everything we touch is just like successful, and
right.
It's because people attract us. We're not talking about stuff that we're not doing in real life. Our music is more relatable to not just, maybe the black community, but white community. It doesn't even matter. Just it's touching people in general. So I think that's why we're more successful than, other people maybe.
And we're doing everything independently. So
exactly.
Yeah,
it's so true, to be independent, it really does help because you're more in touch with the people that are actually listening to your music, It's
right.
You're not on the outside just producing the music. You're actually in there in the trenches with your people. And I feel like that makes a huge difference in one side. And then the other thing is you guys seem so authentic, and so true.
Thank you.
The following... I love that. I really do. That's so important. We take it for granted.
Right.
And it's really easy to get hung up on numbers and hung up on things outside of the passion of music. And what's really the most important, right, is just making great music and being happy with the product that you put out.
Exactly. And I always tell children that, you only live this life one time. So find something that you love to do. Find something that you love to do and do that, that you're passionate about doing and do exactly
so
that.
Funny. I talk to people about that all the time, and I'm so glad you brought it up because that is what it is all about. And that's probably why most people, they switch jobs like 3 times in their lifetime at least. Whole careers change over and over again because what you started out doing is not necessarily the thing that you want to keep doing unless it's music. I find that nobody really gives away music. They kind of like step away from it at time to time when it gets hard or something happens and they can't, like life happens and gets in the way. But then it pulls them back in and you just can't escape because when it's in your blood, it's just in your blood, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It is. It's funny. But you should always pursue your passions and your dreams because I think that's what you're going to put the most energy into anyway in the long run.
Exactly. That's how the world works.
Right. Now, what do you guys feel like you haven't experimented with that you'd love to do in your music?
Oh, live instrumentation.
Oh, yeah. That'd
cool.
be fun.
Live
nice.
Okay.
Do you guys, do either one of you play? Do you play different instruments?
No.
I used to play the piano and the guitar, but I fell off from it.
I'm glad. Life happened, right? It's hard to put in those like 2-3 hours a day that they recommend those instruments. So it's just so true. It really is. I read somewhere once that they were like, if you want to be an excellent musician, you've got to play like 3 hours a day. I'm like, who has 3 hours a day
Who
do.
Has 3 hours in this man?
Yeah,
you're right. Unless you want to lose the sleep, your 8 hours sleep.
I know. You have to work. You have to do the other things. You've got to eat. You have to take care of yourself. You've got children.
If that's your calling, then you're going to do that. For us, it's writing. So I could write all day.
Very
so
true, yeah.
Different. But if you really love the guitar, for me, my fingers was hurting too much, so I had to put that down.
You know what? That's not too far off. I actually tried to play guitar. Some of the artists came in. We were doing some live interviews in the studio, and I'm like, all right, you're going to give me a guitar lesson. And I sat there, and my fingers were hurting because I play piano, so could not do the guitar.
Yeah, after a while, they'll get cut, and it's just terrible. And then they get all callous.
You are kidding me. Well, you guys never told me this all these years.
Seriously.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't have time for that.
I was like, what happened to my fingers?
Jimi Hendrix do it up there for that time.
Okay. His fingers were like rocks. Had to be.
Yeah, seriously. They are. And now I pay attention to stuff like that because now when artists come in and they're guitar players, I always look at their fingers, and it's true. They've built up these incredible calluses. And some of them even have string patterns in their fingertips from the instrument.
Oh, no.
No, that is heart and soul right there. It's right in your fingers.
That's the notes on your hand.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
It is. So how do you guys feel about the music business itself and where it's going with streaming and how things have changed? Do you like the way it's moving?
I don't know.
I like the way it's moving. Because we came in right at the time where we could understand it.
Yeah.
How it works.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And
right.
It's like, what I can say about that is if you don't change with time, you get left behind.
Right.
And,
yeah. Good one.
Everybody has his time. Everybody, back in the 50s with the baby boomers, with the television.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So, I'm not saying it's not at its worst, but it could be better. It needs to be improved because I feel like the music today is tarnishing our communities really bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like most of it, as far as hip hop and even some R&B, is just not the message that our children need to hear. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the music that they're going to be listening to and growing up, just like how we grew up. Maybe I think Maestro was listening to the oldies, but
right.
but we grew up different with different music, so I don't know. It could be better.
Do you think? I mean, I really do think that music influences our children too, and it's kind of scary in some ways, because they're just so impressionable, and they don't know any better when they're really, really young, and they think when they see the videos that that's true, and a lot of mainstream artists have been criticized for doing things in their videos that they know that they're not doing, in real life, and it's a bad influence, just for popularity.
True.
And because real people are always gonna see the fake stuff, so you might as well just keep it real the whole time.
Exactly.
I agree. I think so. Which artists in the mainstream influence you guys? Which ones can you say, if any, that just really have influenced people in a positive way? 99% of the time. Now, because before they were just crazed out the door. They were just all about anything bad they were just putting out there. But now, do you think that there are some artists that are really trying to stop the violence and doing anti-violence type of?
I feel like Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar.
He's
the one that's trying his hardest, I believe.
Yeah, as far as now.
Right,
but I've seen some underground artists, I guess you're talking about mainstream. Yeah, it's just Kendrick Lamar then, just about. J. Cole.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's super dope. And,
That's just as far as, this genre, but,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good though. At least there's some. And, this is another thing is, do we put music sales ahead of what the message is? Do we say, we don't want violence in our communities, but then we put out a song because we know it's going to sell about violence? Is that
But that's when the greed factor comes in.
That's
Are you
going
to be
problem.
greedy? Do I want money or do I want to, put out good music.
Or do you want to be responsible?
Right, you want to be responsible, because I feel like music is a gift. You could either put out this terrible, bad gift, or you can give somebody like a gift that might change their life, and that's the power that we have.
And if you really care about the children, you're going to be responsible,
right?
Because, like you said, music is very influential.
Exactly.
Very influential.
Especially if you
want
have
to be
kids.
Responsible.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah, no, you guys are so right. My gosh, great to talk to you. ViaMiztro, I love you guys. It's been fun.
Oh, wow.
This is a good time for sure.
Nice to talk to you, too.
You guys, good luck with your music. I just actually introduced you to a bunch of artists on Twitter right now from your area.
Hey.
So we got you hooked up already, and I'm going to send a whole lot more your way, even if they're not in your general vicinity, just so that you get to know more people, and really just can't wait to see what you guys got coming out next. Please don't stray too far away. Keep me tagged up.
Okay, thanks, Miss Ava.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Awesome. ViaMiztro on AVA Live Radio, Behind the Music series. So cool, They're really, really authentic people. Good people from Chicago. I always say it's such a shame that there's so much violence, but like we said, guys, there's violence everywhere. There's violence in Miami right now. There's violence in LA. I mean, we're hearing about it in Dallas. You know that it's all over the world, in France, and it breaks our heart. But, the one good thing about independent music artists that really have a passion for the music, they remember what's important. And typically on this station, you're going to hear from people who really know what's important. And it's not about violence, and it's not about promoting violence. It's in fact about trying to stand up and get the message out there that you don't have to focus on stuff like that. You can focus on education, and you can focus on living a life that really matters so that you're proud of yourself. And you can get up every day feeling really good about what you've contributed to the world. And that's what I love about indie artists today, because they just contribute so much to what we have and what we experience every single day. Next up, we got MC coming at you with his song Someday.